from the 1990s to date. I knew Austin when he was still a player. I watched him play as a young soccer fan in the 80s. But come 90s, after he had retired from active soccer, we used to go and watch Gor Mahia play together. I happened also to have grown up here in Mumias with his younger brother, Tony, and his sister, Maggie, also taught with my sister in Mumias. So we became extremely close. We would go watch soccer together, sit next to each other, discuss the game together, compare notes after the game together. That continued up to the 2000s. But most recently, we became even closer when sometime last year, having been concerned about the plight of soccer legends, especially those who played for Gor Mahia, I reached out to Austin and asked him to put the Gor Mahia legends together so that we could see what we could do in our individual capacities to help those people who brought us a lot of pride in our younger and youthful days. So through Austin's effort, together with the late Caesar Handa, we conceptualized and operationalized the Gor Mahia Legends Welfare Sustainability Fund with Austin as the chairperson, as the chairman. And Austin continued being the chairman of those legends up to the time of his demise. Because I've got sentimental attachment to football, I'm very passionate about football. I do quite a bit of grassroots football support through the Eliud Owalo Foundation. Austin has been a good shoulder to lean on in that regard as well. Together with him, we have supported various clubs. We have given support to Kakamega Homeboys through Mr. Simanyula here. We have given support to Nzoia Sugar Football Club. The last weekend before Austin passed on, he was at my home together with most of these legends. And we went and gave out tracksuits to Dero FC and Siger FC, two teams that very day. And he was in his element, very, very jovial. A few things I want to say about Austin, based on my experience with him. One, Austin was a very reliable friend to have. He would never let you down. Very reliable, very committed to everything he was doing, very dedicated, but he was extremely strict. Austin will not associate with you if he realized you are not a straightforward person. The moment he sensed that there is any iota of untruthfulness in you, Austin would stop associating with you, because he valued his reputation and integrity, and it had taken him many years to build that reputation and integrity, and he would not associate with you if you are not straightforward. So he followed everything to the letter. He was very, very particular about everything. He read everything between the lines. When I learned of Austin's death, it was unbelievable, because we had been with him on a Saturday. And then now come Tuesday morning, ordinarily I wake up early about 2 a.m. Then I got a message from a girl who is a soccer fan, Carol Radul. I got a message which I think she had sent when I had slept. Austin Oduor with a question mark. So I did not understand what that was. So, Carol, we grew up together. We are from the same village and we were in the same class, so we have known each other since childhood. So I called Carol, as much as it was odd time in the night, I called her, but her phone was off, because I didn't understand what this question on Austin Oduor was all about. Then I called Pamela, Austin's wife, to find out what was happening. Austin was not just a trustworthy friend, but he was also very trusting. So he had entrusted me with his wife's number as well, so that anytime I called him, I didn't get him, I would get him through the wife. So I called the wife, luckily I got her. So I asked her, where is Austin? Because I'm calling his phone is off. That's when she broke the news to me that Austin was no more. She tried explaining to me what had happened, but I could not take it, so I just disconnected the phone. The whole of that week, it was not possible for me to work because I was extremely close to Austin. He was like an elder brother to me, a mentor, a guardian. He is somebody whom you could rely on during times of difficulty, even to give you advice. When I had collected myself, I reached out to some of these legends. I flew to Kisumu, we went and viewed the body at Aga Khan, and then we came all the way here at home. Then I reached out to several friends so that we could put together Austin's funeral arrangements. And I really want to thank everybody who was involved in the funeral arrangements. You exhibited a high level of dedication and commitment to that process. The legends gave us Tobias Ochola, JJ Masiga, David Ochieng Kamoga, Miki Weche as representatives in that committee. The Ministry of Sports, when I reached out to the Ministry of Sports, they readily accepted to walk with us the journey, and they seconded Mr. Indakwa and Mr. Choke to that committee, and we were virtually with them virtually every other time that we had a meeting. When it came to the Arambe, virtually everybody, Austin was an organized person, so I want to say that he also organized his funeral. Because of the respect that he commanded, everybody whom I reached out to come and support us during the Arambe readily accepted. Honorable Nyango Koyoi here came in handy, Honorable Tiende Amolo, Gladys Wanga, virtually everybody whom we reached out to support during the Arambe was ready and willing to help. The FKF presidential candidates, Samuel Wino, Simanyula here, and all of them, we owe you a great debt of gratitude. As I conclude, let me say one thing. Austin has been a good example to us of how each and every one of us should live. He was a role model, not just as a soccer player, but a role model even in life, in old age, how we should live. He was extremely organized. Let us emulate Austin so that we live well with everybody that we interact with. But I also want to appeal to all of us to think of how we can sustain Austin's legacy for eternity. This is a great man, the only Africa award-winning captain in Kenya, the only person who has lifted a continental trophy, somebody who has captained the Kenya national soccer team, Harambee Stars. Those are no mean achievements. Let us think of how to sustain Austin's legacy. At a bare minimum, we should be able to have an annual tournament played here in Makunga or anywhere in this environment or anywhere else in honor of Austin Oduor. Fare thee well, Makamu. You are a great man. You are an idol. You are a role model to many, a brother, a friend, a father to many. Fare thee well till we meet again.
Maji ulipatizwa, Mungu akamilishe ndani mwako aliyeanzisha katika upatizo. Jina la Baba na la Mwana na Roho Mtakatifu. Amen.